Some men leave behind a trail of memories, others leave behind a trail of women, and some leave behind a trail of bodies while insisting it was all coincidence. Before the headlines, before the mugshots, before America learned his name, Drew Peterson had already buried 3 marriages. One wife drowned in a dry bathtub. One wife vanished without a trace. One wife lived long enough to warn others, and one wife survived, but not without scars. Tonight, we pull back the veil on Drew Peterson and the women who loved him, feared him, and in 2 cases, never escaped him at all. This is not just the story of Kathleen Savio. This is the story of 4 wives and the man who stood at the center of all of them. Long before Drew Peterson became a household name, he was a young police officer in Illinois, confident, controlling, and already cultivating authority as a shield. His first wife, Carol Brown, married him in 1974. At first, life looked ordinary, but behind closed doors, Carol later described jealousy, emotional control, and intimidation. Their marriage ended in divorce in 1980. Years later, after Kathleen Savio's death, Carol spoke publicly. Her warning was simple and chilling. He doesn't change. Carol survived, but she would later say she believed she narrowly escaped something far worse. In 1982, Drew married Kathleen Savio, a nurse and a mother. Their marriage deteriorated quickly, marked by arguments, restraining orders, and documented domestic violence complaints. In 2003, Kathleen was found dead in her bathtub. Police initially ruled it an accidental drowning, but the scene didn't make sense. Kathleen had bruises, lacerations, and a head wound. Her hair was soaked, but the rest of her bathroom was dry. Even first responders questioned the ruling. Still, the case went cold. For years, Kathleen's death sat quietly until another wife disappeared, and suddenly, the accident demanded another look. In 2004, Drew married Stacy Peterson, who was 23 years old. Drew was 49. The age gap raised eyebrows. The power imbalance raised alarms. By 2007, Stacy confided in friends, "If anything happens to me, look at Drew." On October 28, 2007, Stacy Peterson vanished. No struggle, no goodbye, no confirmed sightings after that morning. Drew claimed that she left him for another man. There was no evidence that she packed belongings, no bank activity, no phone use. She simply ceased to exist, and this time, the public noticed. While still married to Stacy, Drew began a relationship with Christina Rains. She later married him. Christina would become the most critical surviving witness in the case. She described Drew making jokes about murder, taunting remarks about getting away with it, and disturbing comments about Kathleen Savio's death. Most damning of all, Christina secretly recorded conversations with Drew. In one, he referred to Kathleen's death as an accident. Well, not really. Those recordings would change everything. In 2009, Kathleen Savio's body was exhumed. This time, the cause of death was ruled homicide. In 2012, Drew Peterson was convicted of first-degree murder in Kathleen Savio's death. He was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Stacy Peterson's body has never been found. No conviction has ever been secured in her case. And Drew Peterson still insists, "I didn't kill my wives. I just have bad luck." 4 wives, 1 man, escalating control, escalating violence, escalating silence. Carol escaped. Kathleen was buried. Stacy vanished. Christina survived and spoke. This is not coincidence. This is a pattern. True crime isn't about fascination. It's about listening, because nearly every woman in this story warned someone before it was too late. If you believe these stories matter, if you believe the victims deserve to be remembered, subscribe to A Veil of Crime. And if you'd like to help support independent storytelling that keeps these names alive, you can find the Buy Me a Coffee link on the channel bio, because memory is the one thing killers don't get to erase. Until next time, keep your eyes open and never ignore the pattern.